What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So, a lot of excitement. The Big Ten football season is coming up tomorrow, Saturday, and starting off with a big one: Ohio State versus Nebraska. You know, this game is gonna say not only a lot about Ohio State, where they're at as a team that is very hungry and has bigger plans of playing in the college football playoff and obviously winning the Big Ten once again. It's going to say a lot about the Nebraska Cornhuskers and where this program at, and if Scott Frost is still building it in the right direction. So, Field season debut supposedly went vegan in the offseason. Looking in pretty good shape. Last year, 3-1 heading into the Ohio State game, and obviously Nebraska got blown out 48-7. It was a very lackluster showing at the Horseshoe for the Cornhuskers. Or actually, I think it was at Nebraska. Won just 3 Big Ten games last year. I really want to just see how this team competes with Ohio State. It'll be a telling game right away. And, hopefully Nebraska, I'm rooting for Scott Frost to turn this around. He had a lot of talent at UCF, a lot of speed, and at Nebraska just hasn't really worked out too well. But it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, a lot of eyes will be on this as the opening, Big Ten game. But it will be a telling game for both teams, so we'll see what happens. Ohio State, rumor is they could be better this year than last year, which would be astonishing because the Ohio State team last year was just incredible. But Alabama versus Tennessee. Can Tennessee finally end the losing streak to Alabama? Haven't won there in a really long time. Or haven't beat Alabama in a really long time. It's 13 straight now that Bama has racked up against the Volunteers. Being a Tennessee fan is brutally rough these last, 15 to 20 years since, Peyton Manning left really in 1998. It has been tough, but third Saturday in October, Tennessee's is still a competitive program, and Pruitt will have his guys ready to play against his former team in Alabama. Alabama's offense has just looked explosive under Mac Jones. Mac Jones has just been balling at quarterback. He is putting up video game numbers right now and has really developed a great connection with Waddle and Devontae Smith. And the thing I like about Mac Jones, he is not afraid to just chuck the ball up downfield, even in tighter windows. I kind of got the Mac Jones, to me, I kind of gave him the stereotype as the game manager quarterback because he's not really flashy. He's got a good arm, not like an elite arm. He's not super athletic, super mobile. He's not like a super big, strong, physical guy. But, he is capable of making some big-time throws. He's not afraid to really get the ball out there, force it in some tight windows, and take some risk with the football. So, another game to really evaluate Mac Jones and see where he's at. But the big one, Michigan versus Minnesota, ABC primetime game, 7:30. The big question, how does Joe Milton perform? He's got big shoes to fill. Not really big shoes to fill, but high expectations like every year for being the Michigan starting quarterback. Can you perform? Can you get this team over the hump, beating Ohio State, winning the Big Ten, or, getting to the Big Ten championship and obviously trying to compete and win it. Offensive line, I'm curious to see Jalen Mayfield opting back in, which is a big thing for Michigan football. How many players out for Minnesota is another main question. PJ Flex says he's going to be missing guys due to COVID. What players is it? Is it Tanner Morgan? Is Rashad Bateman one of them? I don't think it's Tanner Morgan because I think we would have heard about that now, or probably not Rashad Bateman either because I feel like we would heard about that by now too. But no fans in the stands, and Tanner Morgan. Be interesting to see how he plays against Michigan. He was critical in the success of this team last year in their upset win against Penn State. But is Minnesota's defense improved? That's a big question because their offense is going to put up points, but we'll see how this Gophers defense does. And I think for Minnesota, stopping Michigan's run game is going to be tough because Michigan has some incredible running backs, has an incredible staple of running backs. You get Chris Evans is back from whatever happened to him. I forget, it was like an academic issue or something. And Charbonnet and Haskins, two of the better running backs in the Big Ten and in the country. And, also, even without Nico Collins, Michigan still got a good wide receiver core. Ronnie Bell. Mike Santrell is a pretty solid player, too. It'll be interesting to see if he takes the next step in his game next year. But telling game, and a lot of excitement that the Big Ten is back. So I want to wrap with that. Thanks for tuning in this clip of Big Time Football Talk. Stay tuned for the game Saturday. Stay tuned for the clips from the show. Till next time, peace.